The Central Processing Unit, also known as the CPU. Let us start with the heart of the computer's intelligence. If you imagine your computer as a living being, the CPU is the brain. It is the part that thinks. Every click you make, every program you open, every calculation happening in the background, it all passes through this tiny but incredibly powerful chip. Its main job is simple in theory, but extraordinary in execution. It fetches an instruction, decodes what that instruction means, and then executes it. And it does this billions of times every single second. That is what allows your computer to feel fast and responsive. Without a CPU, your computer simply would not function. It would not start, it would not think, it would not respond. There are two major companies that make most modern CPUs, Intel and Advanced Micro Devices, also known as AMD. Within those brands, you will find different performance levels. For example, Intel Core i3, i5, i7, and i9. On the AMD side, Ryzen 3, 5, 7, and 9. Generally, the higher the number and the newer the generation, the better the performance and efficiency. Physically, the CPU sits securely inside a special socket on the motherboard, which brings us to the next important part, the motherboard. If the CPU is the brain, then the motherboard is the nervous system and the skeleton combined. It connects everything together. It allows all the components to communicate with one another. Its job is to provide electrical pathways and physical connections for every single internal component. The CPU connects to it, the memory connects to it, the storage connects to it, even the graphics card connects to it. If the motherboard fails, the entire system fails. It is that important. Motherboards come in different sizes, known as form factors. For example, ATX for larger builds and Mini Information Technology Extended for smaller ones. They also have different chipsets, which determine what features and processors they support. It is essentially a very advanced circuit board, filled with tiny pathways that allow data to travel at incredible speeds. The RAM. Now, the brain needs fast access to information while thinking. That is where random access memory, or RAM, comes in. Think of RAM as the disk space of the CPU. When you are working on something, you do not go to your filing cabinet every second. You keep what you need on your desk. That is exactly what RAM does. It temporarily stores the data for programs that are currently running. This allows the CPU to access that information instantly. However, RAM is volatile memory. That means when you turn off the computer, everything stored in it disappears. It is fast, but temporary. If you do not have enough RAM, your system will feel slow. Applications may freeze. Multitasking becomes difficult because the system has to rely on slower storage instead. Modern systems commonly use double data rate 4th generation, known as DDR4, or the newer double data rate 5th generation, DDR5. These memory sticks click directly into slots on the motherboard. The GPU. Now, let us talk about the visuals. The Graphics Processing Unit, also called the GPU. This is the artist of your computer. Its job is to create everything you see on your screen. Images, videos, games, animations, all of it is processed by the GPU. For everyday tasks, some CPUs include integrated graphics. That means basic visual processing is built into the processor itself. However, for gaming, video editing, or three-dimensional design, a dedicated graphics card is far more powerful. Companies like NVIDIA and AMD produce high-performance graphics cards that plug into the motherboard. The GPU takes instructions from the CPU and calculates exactly what color each pixel on your screen should display. Without it, you would not see anything meaningful on your monitor. The storage. Now, all of your work needs a permanent home. That is where storage comes in. Storage is your computer's long-term memory. It keeps your operating system, your applications, your documents, your photos, everything, even when the power is turned off. There are two main technologies used in storage. Hard disk drives use spinning magnetic disks to store data. They are older and slower, but often offer more storage space for less money. Solid-state drives use flash memory with no moving parts. They are significantly faster and more reliable. Among solid-state drives, there are SATA drives and much faster non-volatile memory express drives, which connect directly to the motherboard for maximum speed. Slow storage means slow startup times and slow loading screens. Fast storage makes your system feel instantly responsive. The power. Now, none of these components can function without power. The power supply unit, or PSU, is what provides that power. It takes high voltage alternating current from your wall outlet and converts it into low voltage direct current that your computer components can safely use. A good quality power supply ensures system stability. A poor quality one can cause crashes, instability, or even damage other components. Power supplies come in different types. Some are non-modular, meaning all cables are permanently attached. Others are fully modular, allowing you to connect only the cables you need. They also have efficiency ratings such as 80+ bronze or 80+ gold. The cooling system. All that power creates heat. That is why cooling systems are essential. Processors and graphics cards generate significant heat when working hard. If they become too hot, they automatically reduce their performance to protect themselves. This is called thermal throttling. Cooling systems remove that heat. Air coolers use metal heat sinks and fans to pull heat away. Liquid cooling systems use pumps, tubes, and radiators to transfer heat more efficiently. Without proper cooling, even the most powerful system will not perform at its best. The PC case. Now, where does all of this live? Inside the PC case. The case is more than just a box. It protects the components from dust and damage. It organizes everything neatly. Most importantly, it manages airflow to keep the system cool. Cases come in different sizes, such as full tower, mid tower, and mini. Information technology extended, depending on your build size. A well-designed case makes building easier and keeps your system running quietly and efficiently.